Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? Hope you're doing very, very well. Firstly, let me apologise for the lack of videos over Christmas. I had so many lined up, you know. I did. I was going to do the alternative Christmas speech by Kilt-Man. There was stuff for Christmas Eve, stuff for Boxing Day, a song and dance routine. Can you believe it? I wanted to make this Christmas really something special. Sadly, fate had other ideas. And as most of you can tell from the title and the post I put up earlier and on other social media platforms, there's been a huge bereavement in the family. The loss of an integral part of the channel and of me. Roxy the Wonder-Dog, Roxy the thing. We all know that she was diagnosed with cancer this year, 2024, and wasn't given long to live, but she outstripped all of that. She lived longer than they ever said she would. And she loved life. She was still going strong until, I don't know, a cataclysmic, I gotta turn the music down a little bit, on Christmas Eve, of all days, Christmas Eve. And I was out with her doing the dog walk, the normal dog walk. It was incredibly mild. I was in a vest and a kilt with a bottle of bud in my hand and a big silly Santa hat on my head. And me and Roxy went out. I'd already been out and done some last minute Christmas shopping, and I went out with her in their stamping grounds. We went round some of the usual haunts, and then we were in the cemetery, and we got loads of pictures taken of us as well, which was great. And then we were still going through the cemetery doing what we do, and the sun went down. It went very, very black very quickly. It's winter time, and she wasn't following me. I saw that she'd stopped and sat down, and I was like, "Come on, Rox, come on, we gotta go. It's getting cold now. Not going to phase her, of course, being a husky. Not going to phase you, is it, hon?" But she wouldn't get up. So I went over to her and immediately knew that something was wrong, and tried to cajole her, tried to come on, put the lead back on her, can we lift you? Well, it got from bad to worse. She couldn't move. She couldn't. I thought her back legs had gone, and having dogs, big dogs, and the back legs go, it's kind of game over. And with her issues as well, which she still fought back against relentlessly and had a whale of a time. I thought, you're not moving. Sun's gone down, it's gone cold now. And that bottle of bud in my hand seemed ridiculous, as did the Santa hat. So I phoned Mrs. Kilt-Man. I said, Roxy's collapsed. I don't know what to do. And Mrs. Kilt-Man replied with the thing I didn't want to hear at this particular time. I'm in the bath. What do you want me to do? And I was like, I'm stuck in a cemetery. I don't know what, I can't get her out. So I was quite frantic actually. And she went, I'll get Luke, my son Luke, to come round. And God bless him, he come running round, and I'd said it was freezing. He brought a jacket for me as well. He even offered to give me his jacket, but I refused them both. I said, we're going to have to carry her. I have to carry her out. And she had a harness on, so I managed to hoist her up by the harness and get my arms underneath her. Her head was this way, and I hoisted her up, and her head just lolled, and I thought, she's died. She hadn't, and she weighs 40 kilograms. That's 6 1/4 stone. And I'm out the practice of carrying that kind of weight, especially that way. I've done load carrying in bizarre things, in the Marines, and, carrying people over my shoulders and all that. But to carry her like that, and I struggled. I really struggled to do it. I could go so far, I have to stop and gently put her down, hold her by the harness, get my breath back, and do it again. In the meantime, I think Luke had phoned his mum, Mrs. Kilt-Man, again, and she got herself out of the bath and drove the car around and into the cemetery. So we managed to get her into the car. I managed to put her into the car, and they drove her back home, and I ran back round and then brought her back out the car and into the house. All very distressed, all except for Roxy, who didn't seem distressed at all. I mean, that was Christmas Eve. Given everything that's happened to her, the stupid swollen shoulder, which the vets wouldn't do anything about because, as he said to us, and quite rightly so I suppose, look, she's got cancer elsewhere, so why bother doing anything with the shoulder, because the operation itself she might not survive, and the recovery period will just reduce the quality of the life she has left. So just make every day special, which of course we did. Every day for her was special, right from the moment we got her. And so we brought her in and made her comfortable, hoping she'd get up suddenly and walk around. I don't know why she collapsed. I don't know if she put her foot down a hole in the granite because it gone dark. I don't know. I think in my heart of hearts it was the final domino. When she was 10 3/4, which for a bigger dog, it's a good old age. I've had German Shepherds. I've not had a dog that's lasted over 11 years old, and she was creeping towards 11 years old. But with things going against her, as gorgeous as she was, still is, and so we brought her in and made it as comfortable as we could, knowing this is the end, really, isn't it? She's not going to suddenly spring up again from this. And yet her face, her eyes, everything was so alert about her at the time that, God, Roxy, come on, love, come on. And you could see so much life, energy was still in there, so much zest and love was in there. But anyway, next thing you know, like, it's Christmas Day. You can't phone a vet. The emergency vet for our vets is in Chester, which may as well be on Mars. You're never going to get that. So we had to face Christmas Day with a dog that was dying. Our best friend, our mate, my best mate of all time, ever, dying. Nightmare. Christmas Day. God, we've got presents to unwrap. Roxy loves presents. Wrapping paper. I'm going to turn this music up. I don't care. The YouTube gods can block or try to. I didn't turn it up at all. I just moved it on. And here's your presents, hon. So, and Roxy was in the hall. Her back legs just not working, and she heard the wrapping paper, and she got up and she crawled herself in to get involved, and we got loads of pictures of it, and we bought loads of presents for her. There's some of them, this bone here with Roxy's name on it, that's a brand new present for her. We brought that in and we gave her all these things. We let her unwrap all of our stuff. My son came down, we were all there. Whatever presents we've got, give them to her. And there's bottles of whiskey for me. But let her hold a piece of the wrapping paper and drag it off. And she was sitting there and amongst it all, and her front paws were raking it all up, loving it, getting treats and her own new presents. Roxy loved her presents. Her babies, as we call them. Toys and cuddlies and squeakies and balls. She loved them. Her collection is it's unbelievable, and we'll never get rid of one. Not one of those toys is going to go. Not one of her babies will ever go. And she loved her Christmas. I was doing the Christmas meal. Once again, when the shit hits the fan, what does Kilt-Man do? Goes out and gets pissed. I didn't avoid anything, but I went out. I got pissed. I was all over the show. I knew it was the end. I knew. And I did a walk with her lead. I went all around the usual haunts, but I still kept clinging, like she's still here, so everything could be all right. And I come back Christmas Day. We had our meal. I finished off cooking the meal I started, but and normally we were sitting right behind you guys, the big table behind you guys, and Roxy would be there, right beside the table, getting everything and then cleaning all the plates. And she really wasn't in. She wasn't bothered. She had some. So it was like, but she was there, you know. It was just, That was Christmas Day. Boxing Day. The same. No sleep. I haven't slept. Well, since the 23rd December. And even then I don't sleep properly anyway. In the Kilt Mansion, as a lot of you guys know, there is the spook time, the spectral hour, 3:34, and it all kicks off. And I got up all the time to come down and see her. My son plays video games, watches movies, watches sports throughout the night. And she's always there with him. So I mean, that's been a long-standing thing. The boxing night. Liverpool game was on. Luke and Mrs. Kilt-Man went to the match. And Roxy had sat and watched Zulu on TV. Yeah, Zulu. While I was in the pub, drowning my sorrows. None too well, I hasten to add. I got sent pictures of her watching Zulu, which broke me in two, of course. When I come home, she lay beside me and we saw the pile of shite that is Live Free or Die Hard. And I lay beside her that night. On the room floor. My daughter took pictures of this. But we knew it had to end. It had to end. So the days of no official people being able to do anything without bankrupting you completely and then charging you, from beyond the grave. Friday the 27th, I phoned the vets after another sleepless night. They said, well, yeah, I'll speak to the vet, receptionist. I'll speak to the vet and I'll call you back. And they did. Come round at 1 o'clock to yours. And we're there, euthanasia. And so all that morning, that dreadful final morning, Roxy moved from the hall to the kitchen, back to the hall, and then into the gap. Which was one of her favourite places to be. It's just there. Lay there. With her eyes looking so beautiful, warm, affectionate. And we were with her. She was never alone, not even for a second. She was probably getting pissed off with the amount of attention she was getting. Just give me a moment. And we're moving water towards her and all that. And she didn't want to eat anything apart from treats. So she had, God, what's it matter? They're coming out at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, there's a fucking clock there. And I sat there. I drank at least a bottle of whiskey. Oh, fucking big surprise there. We played what you're hearing now. This playlist of tragic, wistful, melancholic music. Oh, what else have I? That's good, I've done. Made her comfortable. And she was happy. We brought her toys, her brand new toys with her. New stuff and things that she found only days before in the park. This is a dog that would nick a tennis ball of any other dog 10 times their size. You dropped it. Well, you snooze, you lose. I've got it. And then she'd tear it to shreds in front of their very eyes. She loved that. She was a massive ball thief. Only literally Christmas Eve, the day before, the 23rd. We were leaving the park. It was cold. It was wet. And of course, she loved all that. And as I'm walking around, I thought, where's she gone now? So I come around the corner and there's a big, massive privilege. It's the back of the Elston Library, for people that know. And all I saw was Roxy's rear end, her back legs and her tail in the air. Literally, massively, she was embedded in a hedgerow. And then she pulled herself out, found a new ball which had been put in there, and then spent the next hour in the freezing cold playing about with that. She brought it home. She brought it home with her. It's here. So on the last day, gave that to her. She was like, you can see she's made up with it. She sniffed it. Oh yeah, that's mine. Oh, that's mine. I got that. And her paws are playing with it, and we're tossing it back to her. And she'd use her nose to flick it back to you, and you pass it back, and you try and like do a little subversion round the side there, and then but she'd catch it, fling it back. And then we got a call from the vets saying that they're going to be delayed. They've got an emergency operation, but they won't be too long. So the 1 o'clock deadline, after watching the clock ticking round, a thing I'll never do ever in my life again. The deadline was 1, and then it won't be too long. But how long was that? And they were phoning Janet, not me. I would probably have gone ballistic. You could argue it gave us more time with it, but it's more a time of agony, knowing that this is going to end. It wasn't too much longer that he turned up. Another 45 minutes, at 1:45 in the afternoon on the 27th, they turned up. One woman, and this is New Hope Vets, Wallasey, New Brighton, and they are great because she's I'm nodding to where Roxy would be when I'm doing my videos. She'd be there. But it's a family. They're South African, and she knows Drew, who's the main guy. She knows him, loves him, but he wasn't available, so it had to be the wife, whose name I have forgotten, Lisa, I think it is. But she had met her, so Lisa turned up, and was lovely. Right, we're gonna administer the death drug, but Roxy wouldn't take it. Roxy in her life growled maybe 10-15 times in her life that I've heard, and they've been just growled, barked, and she barked. She growled a lot, but barked about 15 times. Because huskies don't do that. They chatter, they speak to you, they growl, they snarl, but they speak. They have a vernacular which you can almost understand. But she barked, and bark. She was, I'm going to have to sedate her. Now, wouldn't you have thought the vet would have brought a sedative with them? She didn't. So we had to go back to the vet's practice. I was gone for a good half hour. So once again, we're with Roxy, all of us, myself, Mrs. Kilt-Man, Janet, Lucy, my daughter, Luke, my son. We're all with her. We're all at wit's end and distressed. And Roxy's now like, what are you doing to me? What's happening? And those eyes kind of knew, but can't we just forget about this and get on with things and play? I don't mind, but my legs don't work, but I'm all right. Making you question everything you've fucking done. Making me question. then she came back in and she wasn't alone. She came with another girl with a COVID mask on. And they had arm protectors on as well for bite backs. They to be honest, they were great. Right, we're going to take our time. Nothing was rushed. We're going to give it a sedative now. And it'll take about 20 minutes to take effect. Roxy didn't give in to the sedative. They had to give it another dose. And she'd move from the hole to here, and then back under her own steam, and then back, even though nothing was really working. And she got back to the hole, and we lay with her on the rug. And she went, the sedative's taken hold now. Now we're going to do it. I know a lot of you have been through this before. But then you see the end happen. I said, is she aware that we're here with the sedative? And God said, yeah. I don't know how they know this. I knew it was going to come in a moment was going to catch me. The ramparts of Kilt-Man'S have been ringing out. The servants, those that can play any kind of instrument, I've had them up there. If you can't play anything, wail like a banshee. And they have. And they said, she's aware that you're here. And then he put the death drug into her. And she died within seconds. I'd been told, because don't forget, I've never had a dog put down, never in my life. They've always died of natural causes. I've never had to do this, ever. But I've been told by other people, oh, you're going to be, because sometimes they fight back. It's just a muscle involuntary thing, but it can be quite threatening if you don't expect it. She didn't do it. She didn't do that. She finally, Roxy, my babe, gave in. Romance. And the eyes stayed open. Oh, my best mate was gone. And they brought a blanket, and we dragged her from way out there all the way into the conservatory, where she then lay overnight. The 27th was a Friday, so the 28th Saturday. And we phoned a dog crematorium and funeral parlour, animal place, and they came out that day, and they were outstanding. The guy, didn't get his name, wish I had, was wonderful. He encountered all this music. He encountered a kilted, bedraggled guy who was smeared with tears and blood and his own, who couldn't speak properly because your voice goes weird, doesn't it? Your voice goes up and down and up, and then you choke back on words. And things that are meant to be profound, to say your final piece, just go completely haywire. So me and him had to put her on a stretcher, because she's that big, to carry her out. and put her in the back of his van. And she bled. We knew that was going to happen. She bled, but she bled quite a bit from her mouth, which I found very hard to deal with. And again, no sleep, no. Didn't want to dream, I suppose. If I dreamt that she was still here, I'd only have to wake up. Put her back in the van and off she went. I said, "You've got to take care of her. You're going to be gentle with her, aren't you?" I believed him. I believed. He said, "We're all dog owners, all of us. It's a family-run business." And I then have done the dog walk, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, the day of her death, the day after, and like every day, the lead in my hand. What was Kilt-Man and Roxy? You were a duo, you were a team. We were known everywhere. Kilt-Man in his vest and his kilt, strutting round, muscles out, sun's out, guns out. Oh no, there's no sun out at all. It's winter time, but he's still out there like that. But who cares about him? Look at his dog. His dog's gorgeous. That husky, look at her. Wow. Known in every pub. Known by everybody. Loved and adored by everybody. Made my name. Now, I don't have that anymore. She was a dead ringer for The Thing. The start of John Carpenter's The Thing. There she is. For long-standing viewers, you know exactly. You've seen her, you know she's there, she is The Thing. And I loved all that. You know, The Thing's a villain, she's the monster. Roxy's never the monster. Now without her, I don't have anything. Anyway, look. Oh, sorry, I should say. Today, her ashes came back. I got all set up for this, and then we got the call there this morning. Oh, she's coming back. We've cremated her. Oh, they didn't waste their time. She's coming back with the paw prints in clay and in ink, death certificate, a keychain with all the different colours of her fur, which is there, and obviously her ashes. The box is there, right there, a little plaque we put on it, and a different guy delivered it, and once again Kilt-Man was a mess, a blubbering fool. Janet, my wife, wasn't here at the time because she was out in Southport collecting the death certificate for her father, Big Bob Alty, who had died a week before, well, a week and a half before, and because of Christmas time and the Bootle office shutting down for getting death certificates, shutting down over Christmas, she had to go to Southport today to go and do it, to go and get that certificate for her father. She's an only child. They lost their mother several years ago. But the Bootle office is closed over Christmas. You got it at Southport. And do you know when she was meant to go? They scheduled it in Southport on Friday, the day the dog was put down. So I said, like, obviously you're not going to go. You can't go. she obviously didn't. Had to rearrange it. Took her ages to rearrange it. So we're waiting for the vets, and like the dog is having her last moments with us. Moments that stretch on forever. You're watching her chest beat up and down, knowing there's a time limit on that. And I'm saying stupid things like, look, your dad's dead. Your dad's already dead. Let the red tape take care of itself. This is what's important. And she, of course, she knew that. I didn't mean I didn't buy it. But she's there today, getting the death certificate, and meeting her cousins, and arranging the funeral for her dad. So we've had that as well. And then, but in the meantime, while she was away, we got the phone call saying, we're going to bring Roxy back to you. So they didn't waste their time at all. And it's lovely stuff. I mean, I'll show you at some point. Now, what I've done, I asked the family to write down their memories of Roxy, because it ain't just me. It ain't not just me, of course. She may have been my Bezzy mate and the thing that everybody saw. Roxy and Kilt-Man and Roxy. But she was part of this family, and they all loved her. They all spent so much time with her. She was a fundamental element of this family. She's the glue that held us together. All the best things about any of the rest of us, she cemented and brought together. I'm the wild, reckless idiot. Mrs. Kilt-Man is wise and kind and compassionate and thoughtful. My son is very studious and thoughtful and very fastidious in things. My daughter is a genius in many ways, but shy and very quiet, her own person. Roxy embodied all of that and brought it all of us into one family. No matter what are certain ways where she made it all make sense, and we all bonded over her, the glue. So I asked for their memories. I'll do it in the youngest first, which will be Lucy. No, Lucy's written hers. And by the way, I've not read any of these because I want to be surprised by things. I want things that I could go on forever and a day about Roxy. We've had adventures, we've been places. But I'm going to read their stuff out. That's just their chance. I'll probably add things to it. And, oh yeah, that happened and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but and there's going to be repetition, I'm sure of that. They're all going to remember certain things. But they all have an individual relationship with that, with Roxy. And I utterly respect that. They've all got their own personal memories. Famous grouse. You can't see that, but it does say for Roxy. I picked the wrong time to stop drinking, didn't I? Now, Lucy's handwritten hers, because she's got the only handwriting in this household that anyone can read. I can't read Luke's, I can't read Mrs. Kilt-Man'S, and I can't read my own. But here we go. This is Roxy. by Lucy, who's 17 years old now. He's done it in bullet points now. Roxy howling along while I played the clarinet. Lucy did go to learn the clarinet and brought a clarinet home with her, and was pretty damn good except for one bloody thing. Roxy had to compete. And would literally raise the rafters, scare all the servants off and everybody. So in the end, Lucy had to give up playing the clarinet because she couldn't compete with Roxy, who was louder and possibly more tuneful as well. And the weird thing is, like, the clarinet's my favourite instrument, as I've said many times. Picking me up from school and waiting at the Blue Gate with Roxy when she was young. They were both young. Roxy would pick her up from school with her mum or with me, depending if I was in work or not. Roxy would wait for me at the top of the same street, in fact, a lot of the time, Anderson Street. When I come home from work, from New Brighton station, and Roxy and her mum would be silhouetted at the top. It was lovely. And for a little girl to see her big dog, her big sister waiting for her, must have been amazing. When she ran away in Vale Park, and I found it in a bush and held on to her while we waited for Mum to find us. I don't remember that. So Roxy ran away. I know it's going to be loud. Please bear with me. I want this play. When she escaped into the neighbour's garden. Oh my God! Yeah. Neighbour. Now we back onto the cemetery, and the weird thing about we've got the only garden. We've got the largest land space of any houses around here because we're the Kilt Mansion, obviously. But we back onto part of the boundary wall of Rake Lane Cemetery. And then we have fences which link or become the boundary between our garden, or part of our garden, the back end of the garden, with their garden, which is only a smaller version as the cemetery wall goes round. And when she escaped into the neighbour's garden, it was a Sunday morning, and Janet's phone, the wife's phone rang, mobile phone rang, and they said, and the voice said, like, we've got your dog. And she went, what? You've got our dog? And I'm lying next to her. This is like, I don't know, about 7 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. And then it's, who's got our dog? Thinking, like, she's been abducted. I will kill you. I've got a special set of skills. I will find you and I will kill you. I didn't need to, because they told us exactly where they were. We just round the corner from you, and your dog's here having breakfast with us right now. And she went, Roxy's having breakfast with him. I went, are you fucking kidding me? She's lying beside our bed, as she always did. She's like, it's not there. Now you've got to remember that I'd been up earlier to let her out to do her business, forgetting that I'd done that, come back to bed and gone back to Bobo's. And but Roxy, younger, more, I'm a Houdini, I can escape from anywhere and I want to enjoy and explore the world, had jumped up and pushed down one entire fence piece, and it was high, knocked it down, and then got into their garden, and then having breakfast on their little terrace, and like this husky goes, hello, I'm coming to see you. What's that you're eating there? Can I have some of that, please? And of course on her name tag was the number, and they recognised her anyway, but they gave us a call, and I went, you kids, so I had to go around. So we had to like rebuild the fence, and of course she's done it once, she'll do it again. So that entire fence became like the native built wall around King Kong on Skull Island. It was fucking huge. We had to really build it up and up and up and up and up and bigger and stronger because she would have got through. This is a dog that she dug so many holes in the back garden, which is still there because they're so big and deep. There's no point. We never bothered doing anything in the garden because the dog would ruin it anyway, because she was like that. She's like, no, this is my garden. I'll do what I want with it. She's up 10 trees. We've got trees. Well, we have tons of trees. She's up 10, sort of uprooted them completely. So that was the escapology. When she killed a pigeon in Ellery Park. Shit. Now that was she was only young at the time. She was a pup. We had Roxy for 9 weeks old, and she was on the lead, and in Ellery Park, a lovely little park, like not a regular one, but for a long time it was, but not in the latter half of her life. And a pigeon was there, like, and Roxy was going towards it, and I'm on the lead. I thought, like, the pigeon's going to move. You think that you're going to move? You've got a coming towards you. You're going to move your ass, aren't you? It didn't until she was almost upon it. They leapt in the air. It flew off, and Roxy leapt off the deck. All 4 paws. She launched herself, and she caught it, took it down, and she put her paws on its wings like that, anchored it. Put her face into its mouth and like just ripped and just shredded it, skinned the thing alive. And we were like, me and my young daughter, and I was like, oh, that's murder. You just committed murder. There's tons of houses around there watching, and there's a guy in a kilt. It's obvious that, well, it's the guy in the kilt with this husky. But people do consider pigeons to be rats with wings, so although I wasn't best pleased, although part of me was thinking like, wow, that was pretty impressive. You leapt in the air and you took it out the sky. Jesus Christ. And left a mess behind, which we had to like walk away, hurriedly walk away, and Rocky's trying to drag it with us. No, you're not bringing that back home with you. And when we first got her, and she had the same blanket as me. Oh, she did. That's right, yeah. Was that the Moshi Monsters blanket? So we got her at 9 weeks old from a young couple with a 1-year-old kid, living way outside Liverpool, and we had to go out there, and we picked her up, and they only wanted to sell her because they got her thinking that she stayed a little spindly little Roxy dog, small and cute, husky-like, but small, not realising that as a pup you can't stop them. They're spinning around and they're a whirling dervish, and they had a 1-year-old son who she kept skittling all the time. So, oh my god, let's do some homework on this. Oh no, they only get bigger, but they don't stop being the whirling dervish. Shit, we bought the wrong dog. This is not the dog for us. They weren't abusive, they weren't nasty. They were young, naive. We just bought the wrong dog because it was cute. Put it up for sale. I've discussed this before, how Roxy came to be in this household. So we bought, that day they put it up for sale, we found it and bought it. And me and Mrs. Kilmer went to go and pick her up, and the place had polished wooden floorboards, so the dog was sliding around and like, it was like a Grand Prix, Formula One, very Formula One. And she was in my arms, and I said, like, look, we're changing that name right away. I'm on a dog called Roxy. I remember this. And we got home, and the kids went, no, you can't change that. She's a Roxy dog. Straight away that clicked. She's a Roxy dog. The name worked. She is a Roxy dog. when Dad carried her down the pavement and then she jumped out of his arms and walked back. I know that would be when she was, well, we just got her back, and let's try to take her for a walk. And we're going like, well, her legs aren't going to be strong enough. You can't, at that age, you can't walk too far. So I let her walk a little bit, then I carried her, and then she did leap out, just literally around the corner, Halsbury Road, just around the corner here, jumped out of my arms, and I tried to run back. So that was an abortive attempt. Roxy snuggling with Dad's jackets when he was out. Yeah. She'd always nick my coats, my jackets, and lie with them. I'd come home and she'd be there in the hall, snuggled up on one of my jackets, and then she'd make this, oh, and Dad came out, oh, pleased to see you, Dad. We have to hide certain jackets, my favourites, just in case she scratted about and shredded them. Running in after the poo and going on a rampage. That was every morning throughout, literally up until the last 3 months of her life. She'd go outside, breakfast time, have her brekkie, be it tin stuff, be it cooked stuff, often cooked stuff. Certainly the last year of her life was all cooked stuff. And then she'd go outside and do her business, and she'd come hurtling back in at fucking warp speed, blistered herself through here and all around the house, and find her toys, fucking howl, yowl, and throw everything around. Super happy. I've had my brekkie, I've had a shit, I've had a piss. I'm super happy. The world is mine, you know. Rampage is perfectly correct. She's Snaggletooth, that's got a great face of fangs and got the most gorgeous face. But on one side, her lip would often, you know, well, occasionally it would curl up like that and get sort of snagged. A lip would get, a dog lip would get snagged behind one of the teeth, and so she'd be like a bit like like that. And we used to call it Snaggletooth. Star Wars had a Snaggletooth, but it's from that. Oh, and that's clearly bled into the next one. Her little snarl and lip curl when you pretend to steal their toys. When she got her toys or something she's just found, and we used to go like do 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 do, and she'd be there, and it'd be between her paws like there, and you go like, and she'd go like, her lip would curl again, Snaggletooth, but kind of like even more fangs went on the show. And if it was me, you went a bit closer, she'd snap at you, but she wouldn't bite you. She wouldn't. She knew what she was doing. Enough to like, fuck off. Yeah, fuck off now. It's mine. Her babies, especially the raccoon. Talking about her babies, her toys. A raccoon, I've got a load of her toys here. A raccoon is here. A roadkill raccoon. Look at that. And she'd fling again, you know, when she'd done her business in the morning, she'd go and find her toys. I'm not going to do it, but and she'd like, and fling them around. They'd be spiraling everywhere. You'd be sitting there, maybe having like, you know, a bit of a boiled egg or like a scrambled egg or something like that, and it goes in your place. You're like, oh fucking hell, Jesus Christ! Or it go like across your face and stick there with the dog saliva. I might try to incorporate that into our daily tradition for Roxy's sake, although I don't think anyone's going to like bottles of whiskey being flung around from my decrepit moulders. Dangling her paws off the banister, sticking her head through. We have multiple floors in this house, and balustrades. Everyone gets the banisters and the balustrades the wrong way around. But on one of the landings there, you come down these stairs, and her paws would be out dangling like that, just dangling. And her snout to come through. As you're going down the stairs, you could play with her paws like that, then bounce them around, give her a kiss, and she loved that. Coming back home and seeing her waiting in the window, yeah, she would wait in the window for you. Big bay windows, she'd be there. A little face. She'd watch it off. We all went somewhere. If me and Mum went somewhere, she'd be like, and she'd go to the front windows, and we'd be in the car, and we'd be looking over across the drawbridge, and you'd still see her, those ears, and that wolf-like face. Where are you going? And she'd watch you drive off. Always felt guilty. No. Getting in the way when we were bringing the shopping in, when we were bringing the shopping in, yeah, because you'd bring in bags of food in, so she would be all over the place. She'd be sniffing it, running around, and like, what's in that? And like, the minute you dump the bags, and like she'd be straight in there. You're trying to get like frozen food out, and some butties and something like that, some savouries, a pasty or two. But before you can get it out, she's like, you'd eat the whole fucking thing. You're like, left with shreds of grease paper. You're like, fucking hell. Digging chair up. She again go on the rampage. They're excited, and she'd leap around. The dog's mad half hour. All dogs have this. And she'd go onto the armchairs, especially, and just leap up all four paws straight on there like a fucking, like a super dog, and like and rake it up like this. The cushion had done something horribly wrong to it, and like she'd move around, her tail would be in the air, and her arse would be hanging over the arms of the chair, and then she finally get it up, and like her back legs would rake it off, and then she'd like on the fabric underneath, and then she, but you have to be careful because her arse would be hanging over the arm of the chair, and you'd be like, she's going to overbalance it. So we'd all be there like waiting to catch it in case the whole thing collapsed. The mad half hour. When she used to pounce on the bed. Oh yeah. Well, I'll talk more about that, I'm sure. Roxy going to work with Dad, in brackets, when you were working from home, COVID, and she would sit next to you. Yeah, she did. I'll be on the shitty fucking works. Ministry of Defence, Cabinet Office, laptop. Dealing with the bullshit of governments, and as pissed off with the red tape and bureaucracy as I was, Roxy would be there on the end of the settee in the front room, and as angry as I got, she'd be there just leaning over, her face right here, those lovely warm brown eyes. Just love, like, Dad, don't worry about it, it don't mean nothing. She was fucking right. No, right, she was. Magic sausage. Everyone needs a magic sausage in the morning, don't they? For the last year of her life, we were pretty much told, like, look, make every day special for her. So every meal's a banquet. So she's having 3 cooked meals a day. But in the morning, she'd have like a bit of tin stuff, maybe. But she'd have one thing for certain. Well, she'd have chicken. We'd have packs of chicken. And we're trying to mix some tin stuff with it. Trying to be good with tin stuff as well. But I would grill. And you know our old cooker, you've seen it. Cooking with Kilty videos, you've seen our old cooker, which is fantastic. You don't get them like that now. And I grill pork and caramelised red onion sausages for her every day. She'd have one. And after her main bit of breakfast, she'd get this, the magic sausage. I know how it sounds. And I put it on a fork and I go, oh, it's coming for you. Can you outwit it? It's coming for you. It knows all your secrets. It's going to expose you, but can you take it out first? And I'd flick this thing and she'd go, oh, and she'd run away from it and come back. Wait, like a spider waiting to pounce. And then she'd pick it up and flick it round, get her teeth and throw it over her head, and she'd growl and bark. Okay, that bark, that elusive bark, would come out. Bark, you know, and it'd take her a good half hour to eat the bloody thing, but she had so much fun with it. Talk about playing with your food. Jesus Christ, cats play with stuff all the time, but you ever seen a dog play with a bit of meat? The magic sausage, the power of a magic sausage in the morning. We can all benefit, either receiving or giving, you know. When I fell asleep on the couch, Dan brought me up and Roxy brought Odie. Lucy had only been small. Odie was a little dog type, little stuffed toy thing, which the young Lucy, Odie, and I carried Lucy up, and Roxy brought Odie up with her. Now, the thing is, like, that's not one memory for me. That happened a lot, but she remembers it. Jesus, there's more as well. This is only Lucy. This could go on forever. Her cute little noises she made when she was dreaming. Yeah, all dogs dream. And they're lying there and they're going, ruff, 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 ruff. And they might move around as well. Roxy dreamt a lot. We all dream a lot in this house. It's to do with the spook central, I think, but her humping phase. Oh, that'll be, yeah, well, she's a girl, but even girl dogs go through the humping phase. The hormones, I just want to jump anything, and they'd leap on you. Cushions, she dragged the cushions off when she was younger. Only about, like, I don't know, 12 months old, 15 months old, and she positioned, you know, you got a cushion, there's the chair, but the cushion looking top down goes like that and comes out like that, and she positioned her groinage over that curl there and be like, and you'd all be laughing and laughing, but then when you finally took it off her, she'd walk like she'd be like cameling, she'd be like literally humping, and like she couldn't even walk properly because she was still going through the motions. You shouldn't laugh. The thing is, you shouldn't laugh about it, but they didn't care. Look, I'm getting my jollies, so I don't give a fuck what you think, Dad. You know, I'm doing it. I've seen you do worse. She has. Oh, constantly looking up at her treats and her little head tilt. Great big, always been a great big fridge freezer there behind you guys. And her treats live on. Her treats still do live on there. And whenever she was here, she'd look up. If you were in the room, if you were walking through, she'd look up straight away, like getting me a treat. Got annoyed with her a lot of that. It's like, will you stop looking up? Because every time you do give you a treat, and then I walk past again, and you do it again, and I just. But it's Pavlov's dogs. They know, they look up, they get a treat. They're gonna keep on doing it, aren't they? So it's not their fault, is it? It's your fault. Finding her asleep in the morning, lying on her back with her legs in the air. Yeah. I always go, look at you, because you'd be like, her legs would be sprawling in the air. She'd totally in bliss. Endless chobbling. Oh, during the summertime when it's hot, yeah. They've got several coats of fur and a waterproof coat as well beneath that. So in the summertime, and it began to get like, you know, not get into eco bullshit territory, whether it's weather, but we're in a phase of hotter summers, milder winters. So I noticed throughout her life, from 9 weeks to 10 3/4, that in the last sort of 6 to 7 years old age, she began to molt more and more throughout the year. It used to be twice a year, twice a year. Spring and then autumn. You're changing your coats. You're going for the lighter one for the summertime and the heavier coat, the extra coat, the winter time. So then you'd be chopping a little bit as the fur's coming through. But she began to chobble a hell of a lot more because and drop fur and molt all year round, because we're not having separate climates. We're having one constant warm climate. In the middle of winter, you could have a fucking super hot day. So she's just doing what she does, looking after herself. A hatred for baths, yeah. She loved dipping her head into the bath and licking the bathwater if you're in it, but didn't like being all the you know, what you call it, when they get it all spruced up and all that, like, you know what I mean? They get bathed and, you know, pontificated. She wasn't a big one for that. She didn't need it. She was too fucking gorgeous anyway. Puppy training at Moslands, my old school Moslands. She wasn't there. It wasn't the best at it. We got told straight away, oh, you got a husky. Really speaking, how many lessons we booked for? Because we're going to give it 2 or 3 because huskies don't train. I'm like, what? No, the reason why they don't train is they're super bloody intelligent. They kept this quiet from all of the dog people there with all their pups and different breeds. Huskies know what you're up to, and they think, if I don't get nothing at the end of this, why am I gonna do it? I'm gonna do whatever I want, and if I get what I want by doing what I want, hey, fuck you. And that's what Roxy was like. And we were told, this really isn't for her or any husky. Huskies are our lords of themselves. Which I admire. German Shepherds. I know German Shepherds very, very well. Have German Shepherds. Of course, you guys know this. The easiest dog to train, the best dog to train, the most trainable dog in the world. Huskies? You gotta be kidding me. What? Oh, I'm gonna do what you say just to get a little bit of chicken. Well, fuck that. If I go and upturn these tables, you're gonna try and make me stop by giving me chicken. So I'll have fun and you're going to feed me anyway. So hey ho, rewards are plenty, no matter what I do. It's brilliant. And she won. She would lick out the pan, and her chin would be orange from the You put whatever you put on the floor. The expert, they clean the pots and pans, which makes it easy for you to wash them later on. And she'd get like under her chin and on her snout, it'd be orange from the beans or the curry or whatever you'd been doing. Her eye boogers that mum would want. Oh yeah, it's something I never did actually. Yeah, like sleep in the eyes and all that. Like, you always like to play with your own sleep, don't? That sounds bizarre. And you do this, and you get those little crystals. You go, oh. I'm sure in some fantastical realm they're worth something, but the dream gems that you got left, and it's kind of like little grit bits, but they feel kind of funky at the same time. But dogs don't have that. It's kind of like a bit of it's a bit of oozy. It's nothing. Bit of like almost like candle wax there, and and in my experience, it's almost a woman that will, I'll just with their own finger go like that. I'll take care of that for you. I wouldn't do that. I never did do that. Stealing potatoes at Nan's house. That'll be my mum's house. Big kilt mama. I don't really recall this. Stealing potatoes at Nan's house. I don't recall that. That'd be in her younger days, obviously. Not Nan's younger days. Nan never had younger days. She was born a Nan. Her love for unwrapping presents. Well, I think I discussed that. The wrapping paper, just the sound of it and the feel of it, and like you could, it's my present. So you have to like rip a little bit. So let her rip the thing to bits, but keep your present safe. Scratching her dinner bowl when she was hungry. The bowls are still there. She put her paw in her bowl, and and I'd be in the pub and I'd get sent a picture, Roxy's hungry, and she'd be there like looking up at the camera with her paw in a bowl, like claws. Sneeze attacks. Yeah, dogs always sneeze. So sneeze attacks. Yeah. And they look dead surprised. We all are surprised by a sneeze. We all love our own sneezes, but you hate someone else sneezing because it's like, fucking shut up. And Mrs. Kilt-Man sneezes a hell of a lot. When she goes into sneezing fit, they're like fucking shotgun blasts, double barreled, but not at one go. It's like the two clicks, boom, boom. So it's achoo, achoo. And then she'd do it again, and then again, and again. But Roxy would do achoo, and the entire body would convulse, and she looked dead surprised at what she's done. Kind of like a fart as well. Like, they always look surprised at her. They go, ooh, who did that? And then you put the nose down to the butt regions. That's disgusting. And yeah, you did that. We know you did it. And dog farts, they reach a certain level, which is human nose height level, and become like a swamp fugue. And jeez, and you have to like either climb above it or like sink below and crawl out the room like the place is on fire to get a bit of oxygen. She didn't write farts, by the way. She wrote sneeze attacks. Ooble Dooble. Oh, that was Lucy's name for Ooble Dooble. Ripping the eyes out of teddies. Oh yeah, she did do that. She ripped the eyes out of teddies because they were plastic, and they kind of glowed a little bit, like shiny sort of thing. Rather than that, wrench them out. Rolling a ball towards her, and she would roll it back to me with her nose. Well, she did that a lot. That was the ball playing games, and she was really good at it as well. And super instinctive. You try to like hit it off a skating board, or bounce it off a wall, and it'd go off that side, bounce over here, come down here, bounce over there again, and she still get the paw would go and catch it and spin it back to you. She was super dynamic with her paws. Wish I filmed that. Eating me peanut butter jar with her little paws being wrapped around the jar. Yeah, that was always cute. There's fans of peanut butter here. I am as well. And like, she went off peanut butter in the last couple of years, really. But she loved peanut butter, and you could screw the top on. Skippy, the best peanut butter. Look at that. Look at that lid. You've got to do all this. Oh, it's fucking unopened as well. It screws on tight. She would put her paws around it and use her teeth, and she'd spin that lid around, and then the tongue would do its work. And we used to peanut butter on toast, and there'd always be like there's always food for it. Whatever you're eating, she'd get a piece of it, no matter what it was. But yeah, she could do it. And tins, she could open tins as well. She was fucking so dexterous, you wouldn't believe. She opened one Christmas, she opened the fucking oven door, and it was Boxing Day, so it was the leftover beef was under tin foil in there, but it was tons of it. We had all the turkey, so we didn't have the beef. And then we heard like a big clatter on the kitchen floor. We were upstairs, it was morning time, Boxing Day. The hell was that? What was that? Sounds like a bacon tray runs down. And yeah, it was. The bacon tray's on the floor. Where's the beef? No beef! Beef gone. Beef in dog. Beef in husky. She took the whole fucking lot. But she'd opened the oven door. I said to you before, that's a vintage. That's from 1990. That oven there. And she managed to. It's one of those, the oven door, you shut it, it's locked. You can't fucking open that. You have to push in and twist. That dog learned how to do it and manipulated it and opened it and got the beef out. I couldn't shout at that. I was massively applauding. I'm hungry now, but I don't really. The sound of their claws against the floorboards and the carpet. Yeah. As she's lying out on the floorboards. We have a lot of floorboards in this house because, well, there seemed little point. When we moved in here, we had a different dog, and then Roxy, and they just ruined the carpets. And but they'd lie so sprawled out in the halls with their paws and their paws and their claws pushed against the skirting boards. They ripped the skirting boards. Roxy herself took off all our skirting boards in her first few months of life, just because she felt like it. Don't like these. They're going. Oh, they come off quite easy. I'll move upstairs and do the rest of them as well. And she did. They say that, well, my wife told me this, that for the first 7 weeks, you hear the sounds of your dog. Whether it's in your head or I don't know. Who cares? I have heard some sounds, but the house is haunted, so I don't know if it's Roxy. I think I would know if it was Roxy or a Roxy sound. But I've jumped and gone, was that? I'm going to turn the music up a little bit. You'll get a Boulogne. Right, that was Lucy, my daughter's memories. That was quite a lot, wasn't it? Quite a lot, and they were good. They were good. But she wrote them down because the handwriting's so disastrous for the rest of us. I'll do Luke next. Right, Luke's 23, and he's written. Here are just some of the many memories I have from the past 10 years with the one and only Roxy. These range from her time as a young pup to through her prime years and as an older dog. We will all miss Roxy so very much. She will never be forgotten. We will love her forever. Folks, if you guys are still here, I applaud you. This could have been really bad. It may yet end up being really bad. A young pup. He has itemised all this. A young pup. She would drag Dad's coats and jackets from the kitchen or wherever into the hall and lay down on them whenever he was out. Well, as I said before, she would do it. They'd take pictures of it on some of my favourite jackets, which I've got jackets, kilts, t-shirts, I've got fucking things everywhere. Very often it'd be a combat jacket or sometimes a British red coat jacket as well. And she knew what I loved, and like what I loved, she loved, and she'd be lying there in it, and she hadn't ruined it. She would lay down amongst and beneath a mountain of cuddly toys and teddy bears outside of our bedrooms on the landing. This is as a pup, yeah. She got covered in some old pink paint one time, went outside in the back. She did, and she smeared it on the bloody walls as well. We had loads of, I don't know, there wasn't any sort of propaganda, any pride stuff in this pink paint. Don't think it was even ours, to be honest. It was just found in the shed, and we moved stuff out. And of course she went, and they were tucked away on the big patio and all that. And she still found it, and come home and pick. My husky's pink. The pink flashes all over her body and her tail, and she loved it. She didn't care. And of course she put it running along every wall possible. And against you, I've pinked you up. She would sleep at the bottom of the stairs when we first brought her home, and snuggled up with a light blue and purple Moshi Monsters blanket. And we put a child gate at the bottom of the stairs as well. She got through it. She got over it. She got under it. She got. And you find her on your bed. Hi, I'm here. I've got my ears. Look at me. Look, I'm gorgeous. I'm gorgeous. Put your hands all over me. No, that wasn't the missus. Because, well, there he is. Like Jumbo. You make up with it between you. Like, how'd you get here? What's the point when you realise, look, don't. Everyone says, like, you know, don't give them free rein in the house. I've had dogs now enough to let them. They live here, they live with you, they're part of you. Let them. She would dolphin dive by pouncing up and down the top of Mum and Dad's bed as a younger pup. I think I did say this before. If you moved your hand, your foot under the duvet, she was there. She would literally dolphin dive, as he said, like that, and come out, and it would be great. But she'd get you, and you'd be like, and then you know she knew what it was. She's not stupid, but she loved the game. You put a duvet back and you go, look, it's my hand, and you go, don't make your own jokes up, and like. And you put it back again, but she still go, And it was, I don't know, there's no other dog that can do that. There is no other dog that can do that manoeuvre. That can hoist the entire body up. And she was, and even not just as a pup, she did it for a lot longer than that. 6, 7, 8, well, 9 years old, she was still doing it. And it was like, it was fun, you know. And it would scare me and the missus, and like, but we loved it at the same time. But she would hurt you, like, ah, and she'd pounce. And then sky arc again, come down, got ya. She went to puppy training school with her classmates. Oh, I said about that. And she went very good. She knew she was beyond all them. All this shit you're learning here. I don't need this. Watch me. I can do all this. I'll show you. She was like, you know, she was like the one in prison that like, don't go to their training schemes, their rehab schemes. Watch me. I'll get you out of here, and I'll train you up to cause shit in real life. Through her prime years, she would sleep between mum and dad on top of the bed. She would. It's funny how, like, for many years, you know, I wouldn't spoon the missus, and then in the morning when the dog would jump up on the bed and the dog got in between us, I'd turn around and spoon Roxy. She wasn't as hairy as Mrs. Kilt-Man. Mrs. Kilt-Man's back legs kicked even more. No. It was just so lovely and cozy to have just a creature that loved you enough to get snuggled in with you. Your kids do that when they're young, and your dogs do that. Cats aren't quite the same thing. I like cats, don't get me wrong, I love cats as well. She would devour some new toys in an instant. She enjoyed them that much. She did do that. You get her presents for Christmas, you get her presents for her birthday. She done all the loving of the unwrapping. And there's a new plastic toy. Wow, within seconds it's just shreds of it. You're like, you spent $10.99 on that. For fuck's sake. You know, especially squeaky ones. Yeah, squeaky. Oh, that's even worse. Whoa, oh, red rag trouble. I must find the squeak and destroy it. But everything that surrounded it within a nanosecond. And she could do that. But to her, that was money well spent, Mum and Dad. Brilliant. Cheers for that. Many more. And we always did. She'd wait in the front room whilst we were at school or work. She'd look out the window. That watchful face, that sentinel waiting for you. Dead reassuring. And the welcome home you didn't get from the humans normally. You got from her. She always loved a good belly rub whilst lying on her back. Well, who doesn't? She did, of course. She always lifted her head back and stared towards us whenever we stopped stroking in an attempt to ask for more. We always gave in. Of course you're always going to give it. How could you not? She would howl and yowl when she would come sprinting back inside after doing her business or after eating her tea before selecting her favourite toys to play with. As I said, you know, she would do her business and like, oh, that's it, I'm happy, done me bit, had me food, had a shit, had a piss, now I'm going to let the whole world know I'm uber euphoric. And yeah, you knew. Oh, is she going to get the clarinet out? I must compete with her. Oh, and the howling was amazing. She would tell you to hurry up and finish most of your tea so she could finish what's left to clean up your plate. Yeah. She'd be there hanging off your plate. Oh, she was... Because when you come in, if you don't sit at a table, and she's a dog big enough to jump up to the table, you walk into your room, you sit down, and it's on your knee, your lap. Well, that's perfect for her. You put it on the chair. It's perfect for her. So her nose would just come in, and you got a casserole or whatever you fucking got, like, and like this snout would come in, and you got it moved slowly, silently, like some kind of nuclear submarine stealth attack. It would just come in like that, and you go, but too late, because you've intercepted the snout. Mouth opens, tongue comes out. Whoa! There's a roasty gone. Like, oh, damn you! And she will lick the plates clean as well. There's something which has happened. I licked the plate clean last night. The first meal I've had really properly. I'm not eating, and well, you can't tell, I know, because I drink a lot of whiskey, that's why. And I licked the plate clean, and I felt awful doing it. I lick plates clean in restaurants, and I run my finger around it and all that. If I'm told, don't lick the plate, I run my finger around, or the edge of the fork or the spoon, whatever, to get every last drag of it, if I've enjoyed it, obviously. But at home, you couldn't do that because the dog, you gave it to the dog, and Roxy would do it for you. So it felt wrong. She would look up and point her nose towards the fridge when laying down by the kitchen door looking for food treats. As I said before, and it became an annoyance, I'll be honest. It did, but it's the way she was. She would come and sit in front of you and tell you when she wanted her tea or to go at the back. She would tell you. This is a dog that could talk. Huskies chatter. When we first got her, and it would be, I don't know what morning it was, but it was early morning, and me and the missus were sitting in the movie room, what is the movie room, and she'd come in, and we were sitting there having breakfast. There'd be a snout in there in a second or two, and I heard someone say, "What time is it?" And I went, 9:30. And Janet, this has got my meds, she went, "What?" I said, "It's 9:30. She went, "I never asked." I said, "Well, someone asked." And then both of us went. I looked at the husky that had come in, and she's there going like, she'd gone like, "What time is it?" Literally said, "What time is it?" I know she didn't know what she was saying, but they speak to you. They have a chunner, a chatter. They speak, and you can pick up words, and it's 9:30. If that didn't mean nothing to her, like, okay, fine, whatever. You're going to give me the rest of your scrambled eggs now. She would shuffle their two front legs on the floor and make small woof noises, not proper barks, as she never really did that. Well, yeah, she did bark, but there had to be a real reason to do so. But yeah, shuffling those front legs. The thing got a big breasty shimmer there, didn't it? But she'd do that a lot, like, and grunts and just little nasally, guttural noises. And you knew, you were under no illusion. I want my breakfast, I want my dinner, I want to go out, I want to do this, I want something now from you. Love to open everyone's Christmas presents and shred all the wrapping papers to pieces on Christmas Day. And our last Christmas, only scamp a few days ago, she did exactly that. Even though she was dying. She would play with footballs right in front of us when watching Liverpool play on TV. Or any other match. Yes, glad he said that. Because it wouldn't just be watching Liverpool, which we are, staunch Reds, and so was Roxy. But she'd see, she saw what was on the TV screen. They're playing with a football, and I've got a big selection of toys. You haven't seen it, and it's still there. It'll never go. It's a shrine. There's football, there's basketballs and all sorts there. But she'd select a football because you can see it on the screen. I'm going to play with this. So she'd play running around the room, and we'd have to play with it. And you're trying to watch the match at the same time. It's brilliant. She'd do tennis balls as well. What else, you know? Oh! The very next thing, she would play with tennis balls right in front of us when watching Wimbledon in the summer. She would. If you're watching a tennis match, tennis tournament, she'd get a tennis ball out and fucking play with that. She knew. She would stretch her legs and press them up against any hard surface, such as doors, walls, or any of us went next to us as she lay down. That was always a lovely thing that you'd see it. She'd push against skirting boards or a wall or a door, or as he says, and it was like, you ain't going nowhere. Like cats do that stupid thing with the claws. They sit on you and they go like, and the claws go, and so you go, ooh, yeah, I love you, don't go near my scrotum. But she'd do the same thing. Push you against somewhere. You ain't going nowhere. Stay with me. And yeah, then you would. She would jump up atop chairs and pull up the seat cushions while spinning in circles and always falling off the chairs herself. As I said before, the mad half hour. They're like, I've been playing with toys. I've licked all your plates clean. I've shoved me bum in your face. I've put me snout up your kilt a couple of times, and now I'm super happy. Whoa! And she'd be on the settee, cascade the cushion up. Let's get beneath this. Let's see what magic makes that cushion comfy. Let me find out what it is. And then she'd sit there, squashed in, because she's much bigger than the armchair. I go. And then she get her breath back and do it all over again when she was younger. But it was like, whoa! All dogs have that crazy mad half hour. She would pace up and down the hall, wagging her tail repeatedly as she waited patiently for whoever was taking her dog home. Yes, she would. She liked to smell the chippy bag when we brought them back for our Friday night dinners. Well, who didn't? Who didn't? We've had mice in this house, and they look the same thing as well. She would lie down with all four legs sprawled out in the air. She got even more comfy snuggling on carpets, beds and couches. She would. She'd put all paws in the air, and she'd make like an S shape, a snake. Oh, and the paws would be in the air. And I would go, look at you, and go, ah. She would join in and watch many of our favourite films with us. Yeah, she would. She watched Zulu on a final night. She loved toy balls and found many on her travels that had been lost, but she'd rescued them, bringing them back to a good home. She thieved them off many other dogs. Thieved them, saw her chance. You drop it, you snooze, you lose. I'm taking it. She did. In her final few days, I think I said before, and she was like literally half into a hedge, just her back legs and tail was sticking out, and she'd come out with, oh, I've done this before, and no, look, I'm sorry, but she'd come out with that ball. Diligent, never lost that skill. She always welcomed guests to her home. She did. Family members, friends, workers with their toolkits that she loved to sniff and inspect. She did. Anyone doing any jobs in the house, they're bringing a toolkit in, they're bringing a bag of kit and tools. Shit. She'd be in there, but she's looking for food or just giving the once over. Got very interested. She'd always be involved. And we were lucky. We'd always say, like, you're not afraid of dogs, are you? You're okay with dogs? And they always were. And even the ones said, well, then they met her because she was so friendly, so affectionate. Hello, where have you gone? And they put their bag of tricks down, and she'd be in there. And once she knew what they were doing, well, even I didn't know what the fucking hell they were doing, but she was okay with them, and even the nervous ones were, and they left massively devoted to her. She would sometimes stick her head in the toilet, yeah, or peer over the bathtub if she ever found herself in the bathroom. Yeah, all dogs do that. She seems to love the toilet if I've been on it. She loved licking out any careful now. She loved licking out any food tray or containers to ensure no trace of food was left unseen there. Wow, yeah, she did. She cleaned everything up. She would curl her lips and begin to snarl if you dared pretend taking her toys from her. I've discussed that before. Yeah, she would. And it was like, and I loved it as well. Like, oh, you're the friendliest dog on the planet, but you have got it in you to kick ass when you need to, which she could do. She would find the perfect place to lay down and chill in between each and every door frame when we're walking through. That's a fucking good point. Actually, a really annoying one as well, because she'd do it in the pubs. We'll talk about that. Anywhere where people are gonna go through, she's gonna get right in the way. Dogs do that, but she did it. She took it to an Olympian level of excellence. And what you do, you stepped over it, you're carrying, you're carrying plates of food, you're carrying cups of tea, you're carrying whatever, something, your recently stolen canvas of Mona Lisa, you're carrying something precious that you need right now, and as you go, oh, she's lying there asleep, you step over like that, and she'd get up between your legs. Now I'm wearing a kilt, and there may be some other reason why she was doing it to me especially, but my God, she'd get up and you're like, whoa, my God, and you got to leap all over the place, and then you got to flash us up in there. You didn't expect, did you? But Roxy saw that a lot, and that isn't the magic sausage I was talking about, or was it? But she'd do it. She'd get up right, and you go, oh God, brilliant! So you kind of, it's a game to her. She loved it. She did that. And I hated it. It pissed me off. But I miss it like crazy. She would scratch up the carpet in her beds, both upstairs and downstairs, to get them how she wanted them. Yeah, she would. She'd rake like the settees, the armchairs. She'd do the same thing to it. She had beds, little beds around the house, which she used for a long time, and then when she couldn't be arsed. Although in the last few weeks she did come upstairs and use her bed beside my side of the bed. She pinned her ears back anytime she may or may not have done something a bit mischievous. Oh, yeah. oops, oops, and looked even cuter with their ears pinned back. Huskies have an inbuilt smile. Their lips just curl around. I don't think it's an inbuilt smile. I think they just do smile. When Roxy was always happy, always smiled. Even when she thought she'd done something wrong, the ears may have pinned back, but that grin was still there. You know, like, yeah, you got me, but hey ho, I did it. Or what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna stroke me and love me, aren't you? Yeah. Always. Went by many nicknames. Roxy Doodle Dog, Rocco, Rock, Dog, from Mad Max. Fair Baby, Babe, Hun, Love, the Roxy Dog. He hasn't put there Mrs. Kilt-Man. He's called her Doodle Bottom. Doodle Bottom. Fucking stupid. But Roxy knew all those names, obviously. She knew the names of her toys. You say, get your burger, which I think is here somewhere. Red Bone, burger. Get roadkill, get your oinker. I'm going to show you them. Get your chicken. You know, she knew what these were. Should I open the curtains? Open the curtains in the morning. You open the curtains, and she'd go like, she'd look to the curtains in the movie room. So I'd pull the curtains back like that, or the front room, pull the curtains back. You know, she knew these words. They're not stupid. They know everything. And now he's written as an older dog. She chased a cat that she saw in our back garden, which I didn't, meaning he didn't, when I let her out, marking her territory and protecting her home. Well, yeah, she did chase cats for a while. She wasn't that massively asked about cats, really. Didn't really go for them. But I'm saying that, but there was what he just said there. But there was another incident with a cat where she almost caught it in our back garden, and wow, she gave that. You know, like, don't come back in my garden again. She didn't kill it. She didn't. She had a tooth that would get caught and snaggle on the outside of her mouth from time to time. Always rather funny. Oh, that was a snaggle tooth. Yeah. Her lip would whatever she'd just done, her lip would sometimes, occasionally, do a Stallone and just sort of like get lodged over a fang and give her a snaggle tooth. It was lovely. And I mean, you would just go like, oh, a snaggle tooth, and she'd go like, and it just come loose. Like, the fuck you looking at? You skitting me, asshole. Wait till you try and step over me next time, you in your kilt. Magic sausage, my arse. That was a really bad connection of lines there, but you know what I mean. She would like to lay on the edge of the conservatory door and take in the evening air. Yeah, she would. And you know, before a walk. By the way, a walk was never called a walk. It was tatters. A tatters. She would go for a tap tap tap, and you'd do this, and she'd be like a tap tap tap. And before the walk, especially as she got older, she would like to go to the back door, the conservatory door, and sniff the air around the garden. Just sniff. What am I going out to? I always thought that was great. That she was like, right, I'm gonna test the wind. I'm gonna just sniff the air, see what's about. I just thought that was a clever, canny, cunning bit of instinct. She would like to lay on the edge of the... Oh, done that one. Sorry. She would enjoy tucking into a little buffet of food found in her bowl. This is what Luke did. And it would be a buffet. It'd be cheese and biscuits and stuff like that. And again, this is the last sort of year of her life, and she would enjoy that. And dog treats as well, bit of ham. She'd be fork fed whenever she turned her nose up at tin food until she found some new she liked. Well, this is, again, Luke did this. Luke found that the dog in the last 6 months, more maybe, she just, I don't want to eat this tin shit anymore. She always had proper food as well, like chicken and beef and tuna and salmon. She had all this stuff all the time. But we like to, I thought, well, you can't just give her that. You've got to give her the veg stuff, which is in some of the tin stuff. But she always loved it, you know, a couple of tins a day, and all the other stuff as well. So Luke worked out a way of doing it, and I couldn't, and this is something I couldn't be involved in, bizarrely enough. It wasn't for Dad. Dad wasn't meant to be around. Luke could work out a way of either sprinkle a bit of chicken in there, like proper chicken, and like get her interested, and he'd spoon feed it the entire lot. Like it was okay. It's more hard work, but it was bringing the bonding together, and she'd do it. She did it a couple of times with me. It didn't happen much with me. No, Dad, you use the fucking cooker. Cook meat for me now. You know. But Luke could do this. And she did eat a tin of food just before and got her appetite back. He did that. He gave her a tin of food. This is Luke saying again. She kept me good company whilst I stayed up late, playing games and watching films and TV or sports. And Luke is up all night. And she's been with him all night long, and he's kept their company, and he's let her out, and she's been there with him. The two of them. She's a backseat gamer, and probably giving him some advice, which he probably didn't listen to, I'm sure. And casting a critique upon certain movies. I'm not sure she's a huge fan of Robert Eggers movies, but you know, which we all are. But she prefers like Zulu, you know, and Black Hawk Down. She loves action movies. Look, if you're still here, you know, this is for me and the family and for Roxy. If you're still here, then I applaud you. I humbly appreciate your time. Without her, you wouldn't have had the YouTube channel of Kilt-Man. You wouldn't. It just wouldn't have happened. I'll come on to all that. He finishes off by saying, there are lots of other cherished moments that will be long remembered and shared together with one another over time. Myself, Lucy and Mum all know that Dad played a massive part. In Roxy's life. He did anything and everything for her. Dad gave Roxy the best life she could have ever had. And he can be proud. Roxy, you were a good dog, a real good dog, the best dog. Signed off by Luke. That is a good lad. face. Oh, don't look at it. Oh. Well, now I've got to find what their mum said. I haven't read yet. Oh, what's gone wrong? Oh, and Mrs. Kilt-Man'S written in one huge block. So this will take a bit of. I don't know if you can see. There's Roxy as a pup there, looking very super slinky, slim. Her collar's here. Her rosette for we won the best 6 legs in 2016. First place, best 6 legs. Why would that be? Because this guy was looking uber cool in a kilt. We knew we'd win it. We did. And there were several girls there with short skirts on and super sexy legs. But the stilettos on a field weren't working. But a guy in a vest and a kilt, combat boots, and a super gorgeous husky dog. We strutted round, me and her together. We owned it. We won it. So this is Janet's memories now. Our beautiful fairy friend. She looked like Bambi when she arrived as a young pup, and soon grew into her ears. Puppy antics, chewing, etc. And one time getting covered in pink paint and smashing the teapot. It was the same time, yeah. The teapot did go asunder. A good teapot, boss. We make tea in the teapot, and it's important to us. Like, she made friends with everyone. All the dogs and their owners, often preferring the owners as they paid a lot of attention. She did. She loved humans, probably more than dogs. She loved it. Her 4-legged friends. She had so many of them. I looked forward to them. Some she'd allowed to get a bit closer than other ones, if you know what I mean. But she'd play with other ones. She knew who she even the ones as she got older and she couldn't play as much as they could. She'd sit and watch all of them until they dropped the ball. You drop the ball, that's it. The Roxy will be in there, and she'd snaffle it, take the ball, and it's like, it's attacking. No, it's not your ball. I wish I'd let her off more of that now. In 10 years, every time we stepped out, we would hear. No, in 10 years, every time we stepped out. I wish she bulletized this like the kids did. In 10 years, every time we stepped out, we would hear, beautiful dog, gorgeous girl, etc. Yeah, he did. It was a mantra every fucking day. Every fucking day of our life, people would say, oh, gorgeous, isn't she beautiful? Even with the way it happened in the end, the big shoulder. People would still say, oh, Jesus, kids would come over all the time. Scallies, gangs of, North Face ninjas you shouldn't go near. But she loved people. She'd plough into them. Hello, look at me. Put your black gloved hands upon me, and they did. And they go, oh, your dog's sick. Gorgeous dog, that. Love these dogs, mate. And they did. and she'd won him over every time. She loved treats and quickly learned to have them. Yeah, she did. Even like, you know, half a mile away. Him there. He has treats in his pocket. He fed me 3 weeks ago. I will go and find him and harass him until he feeds me again. If he's got no treats upon him, I will make him go into the supermarket and buy stuff for me. And she did. Walks around the park and the cemetery. Walks around the park and the cemetery, stopping for water at the taps and for a rest at the monument. Or the monument. Remind me about that. Walks to the gorse. That's a place by a big water tower. By my two kids' school. The school which she met Lucy from. Luke had left that school at the time. Walks to Seabank Road. She knew all the shops and shopkeepers, and many gave her treats. Carol, when she had the pet shop, now owns a cafe. The Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman is a hardware store, which is called the Flying Dutchman because the guy who owned it, Eddie Aggleside, was Dutch. One of my dad's best mates. The two of them in the film A Bridge Too Far. I've discussed that before. It passed down, and the Dutchman, up until only this. No, we're on a new week, aren't we? A week ago, she was in there, and they get treats in for her. She'd go in, she'd get in front of the queue of people buying like nails and fucking bits of skirting board and drills and stuff. But no, Roxy's here, and she'd come round back of the counter, and there'd all be like treats for her, and they'd feed her, and she loved it there, and Bootleggers, to name but a few. Bootleggers was right next to the Flying Dutchman. In fact, it's not Bootleggers now. It's called something different. But Bootleggers, when they owned it, a fantastic restaurant. The food was incredible, and we go and sit outside, and they come out with bacon, sausage for her. They didn't care. It was packed. They're punters. Oh, there's Roxy. They come out with food for her. They sold the place, and the people who took it over, they were great. Didn't do the same thing. Roxy couldn't understand that, and would still sit outside and have to drag it away. I hated that. You try telling them. No, it's not going to happen here, love. Walks to Vale Park to see Colin and Skylar. One of her first mates was Skylar, who is a husky cross with something else, and the two of them got on so well on the banks of the Mersey, Vale Park, down the prom on the beach, and a growing crowd of other fairy friends would be there as well. Haven't seen Colin for a while. Janet's walks were different than mine. The way it worked out in the last 18 months, 2 years. So her walks were different, and she'd see Colin and Skylar a lot more than I ever did. But Roxy loved Colin, loved him. She'd fall on the floor and squeal. And the Major, with his pockets full of treats, the Major in the park. Down to the beach for a good digging session and maybe a paddle at the water's edge. The Mersey, she means. Roxy loved the water, but she would never go out of her depth. If her four paws could touch the floor, she was happy. And anything floating in the water, if she could get to it, she'd bring it out, she'd forage it back, put it back on the side. Oh no, she'd be there. So you pick it up, you throw it, and she go, oh, I've got to go back and get it again. And it was all part of the game, part of the fun. When me and her went down the beach, those walks were the longest we ever did. And it could be, that could be day after day after day after day. She loved it. I hadn't been on the beach for way too long. Down to the beach for a good digging session. Here's the pipes again. And maybe a paddle at the water's edge. In summertime she would join the queue for an ice cream. Ice cream van down the prom. How dare they? Roxy off the lead with me. On the lead with Janet most of the time, only until the end. Because Roxy dwarfed Janet. Dwarfed me, to be honest. That's why I started her off. And she'd run rampage, and she'd see the ice cream van, and she'd hail, and I'd be running after it, just so people didn't think, you know, she's like a crazy dog. She's going for ice cream, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And we get there, and she'd jump up and put her paws, you know, this is ice cream, and they put her paws on the counter, and they go, hello Roxy. They got to know her, and they give her a free ice cream. You know, the tub thing. So we go off and like a little wooden spoon thing, and I go, oh, fuck that, and just give it to her, like, be all over her nose, and she loved it. She loved it. It did become a pain in the arse. You go on the beach and sometimes later in the summer when it wasn't quite as warm, and you're like, I could get over this. And then you'd see, oh shit, there's the ice cream van. And like, she'd go, look, right. And you go, oh no, I've got to do this again. Oh, bloody hell, I've got to run down. I do apologise. I was going to say excuse. I'm not excusing them at all. The pipes, they should be here. I would have been banshees, squadrons, fanfares of banshees wailing for Roxy's passing. Well, I did book them, but they just hadn't turned up in time. Red tape again over Christmas. This is Sergeant Mackenzie. My family's part of the Mackenzies. I'm wearing a Mackenzie right now. Ancient Mackenzie, the rare one. Anyway. Arrive in the car to new places to be explored. Love to walk with the pack, the Wasteland dogs. All the Wasteland dogs, these are all huskies or malamuts, you know, and she'd join them and she would be part of them. And she'd fucking lead. She'd be in the front, I've got to be out in the front. And they'd do big long walks, one by one. The people that ran it, the great people that ran it, who were pure husky lovers, died, and it was shockingly sudden, out the blue deaths, and it became like this thing, and the whole thing, it still exists, but there's not as many there, and Roxy stopped going. We've let them know, and But she loved that group, loved it. Luckily for us, she was never afraid of fireworks. She wasn't. Not really bothered about squirrels or cats, except one time she proudly brought us in a dead squirrel that she found in the garden. Okay, fireworks. No, she wasn't asked. I don't have a dog that was never had a dog that was asked about fireworks. That's lucky. That's lucky. Most people with dogs, that's not the case, or other pets. It's not the case. I know that. We were blessed. Fireworks, bing, bing, World War III, dog be like, yeah, don't care. Put me hooter up your kilt and give us a magic sausage. That's all she was asked about, you know. Big bang booms. Yeah, that don't impress me much. Sorry, I'm looking again. Oh, squirrels. It's not about squirrels. Not really bothered about squirrels or cats, except one time she proudly brought us in a dead. Yeah. I was in work, and Mrs. Kilt-Man phoned me and said, "I don't believe this. Roxy just brought in a squirrel." And I went, "What are you on about?" She said, "I thought it was a roadkill, which is not the one I just showed you. It was a squirrel roadkill." And Mrs. Kilt-Man heard Roxy messing about and come in. I was in work. She phoned me and she went and said, "Roxy just brought a squirrel." I went, "Oh yeah, okay." No, she went, "No, Roxy's playing with a squirrel roadkill." And I went, "Okay, what's important about that?" She said, "I reached down to pick it up in the hall, and it wasn't the squeaky roadkill. It was a real dead squirrel, which Roxy had brought in." She was like, "Ah!" She was screaming. I went, what do you want me to do about it?" So when I come out, they hadn't touched it. Now Roxy had not eaten it at all. I don't think she killed it. At the time when this happened, there was a lot of squirrels were dropping out the trees. Literally, you could be walking around, boom, fucking squirrel bounce off your head. You know, squirrel nutkins would nut you. And they weren't sure. No one ever found out. Had they been poisoned, or was it just like a disease, a virus running through the squirrel population? But there were loads in the back of us and the cemetery and the park and all that. So whether she just found it in our back and dragged it in, but Mrs. Kilt-Man thought, "Oh, that's a roadkill. Oh, pick it up. Ah, it's a fucking real. Ah, what do I do? Oh, phone my husband." And I'm like, "What the? Do you want me to do? I'm sitting here, you know, protecting the world from terrorists." But not virus-ridden squirrels, apparently. So when I come home, there it was still there. He put like a couple of dishcloths over it, or tea towels, I should say. And it went, "Oh, fucking hell!" So pick it up. That sounded really queer, didn't it? And gay. "Oh my fucking hell! Oh my giddy aunt!" And I deposit this thing. But Roxy had brought it in, but she didn't eat it. You know, that's the thing. You know, yet we know she devoured the pigeon. Lots of toys and a vast collection of balls. Many found when I walked. Stolen, pilfered, purloined on our walks. Being inquisitive would often get into mischief. Yeah. Any opportunity, a car door would open as we passed by, and she would stick her head in to say hello. She did that all the time. Not just car doors, but people opening their doors, their front doors, any fucking door. She was like, "Oh, well," and you're walking by, "Oh, I'm in there. Oh, hello. Oh, small child in a pram about to come out for a walk. But hello there." And they go, "Oh, I'm super sorry about this. She's dead friendly." And like, "Oh, it's Roxy. It's all right. We know you and Roxy. Kilt-Man and Roxy. It's fine." But yeah, car doors. People getting their shopping out, or they're bringing a disabled old aunt or granny out of the back seat. And Roxy's like, I'm straight in there. They smell interesting. Oh God, she do. But she won everybody over because of that. Because she was so obviously friendly. She's not aggressive. She was just, hello. And old people, young kids, oh God, everybody loved her. They fell in love with her straight away. Yeah. Don't hate your cousins. She would stick her head in the ceiling. Someone would come to service the boiler, etc. She would give them the once over and then be in their toolbox to check out if there are any butties on them. That's the thing, I said that before. I think the kids had mentioned that. Yeah, she'd always do that. She moved closer to check out one of Luke's birthday balloons. And got spooked. Oh, I know this. As she found the balloon, chasing it as her leg got caught in the string. That was mad. And she would love it. Oh, dead interested in this. But then she sniffed it away, nudged it away, and then walked off. But she got her paw caught in the string of the balloon. So the fucking thing followed her, and it was bouncing off her rump. And she's like, running around the house. We're telling her, no, just give us your paw. Give us your paw. We can do this. Right, get scissors, cut the balloon, burst the balloon. You can imagine how pissing off. She stopped to sniff something on a delivery truck that was offloading some furniture, and next thing she was going up in the air as they raised the plate off the ground. Oh yeah. I wasn't there for this. This was the missus. She was like a big truck, and the forklift, not the forklift, but the hydraulic comes down. They move the stuff off. Roxy's dead interested, and like, oh, I'll go and stand on this for a bit. Like, driver's just going, oh, and Roxy's going back into the fucking thing. And she's like, and Janet's on the lead going, stop. And I'm like, they come round, saved it, I loved it. But she was like, wow, can we do it again? Let's do it again. Faster. This time, faster. She was wary of things blowing in the wind, e.g. bin bags, scarecrows. Yeah, she didn't like, bizarre shapes. Like a bin bag left out on the streets sort of thing. Yeah, it's a bizarre shape for a dog. It's not a human shape. Our previous dog hated postmen because they often come up with this. They don't do it now. They don't do it with a big sack on their back, like Santa Claus. They don't do that anymore. But because that's not a distorted human shape. It's like, oh, you're wrong. But she was big German Shepherd, so she ran happy. But Roxy was like, put that sack now. Any bags in like alleyways and stuff like blowing in the wind, she'd stop and like have a look, and like come back and like slink around. Don't like that. She won first prize in the best six legs Oh, that's that. The best six legs competition, along with Chris in his kilt. No one could compete with me in there. Her legs were fantastic. My legs were well, they were just along for the ride. But there's no way we could lose that one. We knew we were going to win that one. And we did. She had a few pamper sessions. Oh yeah. That's what I was looking for before. But she wasn't ever fussed on bath time. She never was. I think she enjoyed the first one and then thought afterwards, you know what? I enjoyed that for your sake, but really, I did not like it at all. I'll never do it again. Oh, you've brought me for another one. Well, I'm going to fucking kick up a big foaming stink about this. And she did. In the mornings, if she thought it was breakfast time, she would demand it by shuffling from side to side. We discussed this. And shuffling it side to side and here and there until you gave in. After satisfying a sausage, she would howl at the top of her voice to let everyone know how happy she was. Well, the magic sausage truly was. In the evening, she would play ball if football was on. She would get her football on. If tennis was on, she'd get her tennis ball out. You see what I'm saying? Luke said this. She would play past the ball. Sometimes she would go crazy rampage and rake up the chair. We've discussed. Waiting in the window for you to come home. Love to help make the bed. If we did, we make the bed. Oh, the big fucking bed. And you're going to do all the... Oh, God. I don't care. You watch these home makeover things, like there's women on TV going, you can do it in 30 seconds flat. You know, a big duvet and change of bedding. Bollocks. Magic of TV. My arse. You're fighting, you get corners down. Your corner, I'm raising my corner, I got my knee there, got my elbow there. Oh, you've pulled yours too tight, mine's pinned up again. And you start snotting each other. You're fighting on the bed, and the dog always joined in. And when you finally got it smoothed out and you ruffled the new duvet through, it's great. The dog would come bounding and leap straight on, all four legs, boom, onto the bed, boof. Waiting in the window for you to come home. Love to make the bed. Said that, didn't I? Love to open Christmas presents. Check out bathwater and stick head down the toilet. The toilet pan. Yeah, she did. Well, that's actually Mr. Kilt-Man'S obviously stream of consciousness memories. Well, we've gone over 2 hours, and any of you that stayed, I thank you for it. You've seen it on videos, usually running in and wanting to slap water. Usually when I've mistimed a video, and she's come back on a dog walk with Mrs. Kilt-Man and come in and rampaged around. Sometimes in the early days of the videos, when I was doing mask openings, she'd been massively involved, and again unwrapping the American Werewolf mask video. I remember she got involved in that, and she helped to unveil the American Werewolf mask. Well, you've seen some of her toys, you've heard all of her antics. The problem is, and this is a problem, with her passing has taken and is still taking a huge chunk and further chunks from my life. I don't have anything anymore. Kilt-Man and Roxy were a huge thing, not just on YouTube, not just that, but so well known everywhere, and I loved it. She loved it. We loved being together. We were a team, a duo, a double act. Kilt-Man and Roxy. In all honesty, no one was asked about Kilt-Man. They were asked about Roxy. Oh, she's gorgeous. Got even scallies and all that. Like, yeah, she was, oh, look at it. That dog is gorgeous. And it's like, you know, people. She must have thought, oh, her name was you're gorgeous, or beautiful, you know. That's all she ever heard. And Kilt-Man, oh, that's Kilt-Man, oh, yeah, local celebrity, blah, 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 yeah, he walks around in a kilt. But look at his dog is the thing. Literally the thing. Literally the thing. And now, without hair, I'm nothing. I'm nothing without hair. I don't have that power, I don't have that strength anymore. With hair beside me, I've never felt so proud. Never. Let it finish. I've never felt so proud. That's my girl. And my kids are fantastic, wife's fantastic. But the strut around the Kilted realm, Liverpool, anywhere, with that dog beside me, we cut through crowds. We owned every place we were. We weren't being arrogant, but we just loved and adored. And that, she gained strength from me, and I gained even more strength from her. The swagger was genuine. We had this combined power, which is now completely gone, because Kilt-Man is now, well, it's not Kilt-Man and Roxy anymore. It's just a sad old cunt in a skirt, carrying a lead, which I've been doing. The last few days, and I'll do forevermore. I'll carry her lead, I'll do our walk, I'll go to our places, our monuments in the cemetery, where she'll love, her favourite spec, beyond any shadow of a doubt, the war monument, the top of the drive, Great Lane Cemetery, circular foundation, grass, hexagonal, to a big crucifix, stone crucifix, and she'd sit there for hours, rain, hail, shine. You could watch every aisle in the cemetery. She'd meet everyone coming up, all their friends, all the humans, all the cars coming into park, and I'd be there as well. And now some silly old fool. That's Kilt-Man. Yeah. Used to have that husky, didn't he? Oh, his husky was amazing. Look at him now. Empty old fool. You heard all the memories of the family there, and how fantastic were they? They're all mine. I really don't want to add anything to those. That's everything that I've known about Roxy. But Roxy meant so much more. I confided in that dog. I lay beside that dog. Talk to her. When I finish work, we spent all day together. All day. And the bond only grew even stronger. To lose it is... can't say we were surprised to lose it. It had to happen, but the way it happened so suddenly and so much of a bastard over Christmas. Why? Like that. What happened at Christmas Eve? What happened? What couldn't I? What should I have done? What could I have done? How could I have prevented that? I couldn't see it coming. The way the world got enveloped by fog. Next Christmas Day, Boxing Day, fog. The sun didn't want to see what was happening to Roxy. And she lay there, she looked at us, she played with her toys, I still want to be here, Dad. I still want to be here. And this idiot made the fucking call. I'll never know if I was right to do that. I'll never know. Mrs. Kilt-Man says, like, look, there was issues. She had more issues. Of course she did. And the time was right. It just... She couldn't have gone on. Things would have got worse. She'd have been in pain. There's the thing, she didn't show any pain or discomfort. That stupid shoulder. God, that. Why did she have to have that as well? I walk around like I own the fucking place. But I only owned it because I had her beside me, because I was so proud. I've never been so proud of her. She, look at me and my dog, look at this dog, and she'd follow me to the ends of the air. I knew she would. And then her body began to go wrong. And it was like, I was annoyed. Why can't they treat this? Why can't they do something about this? But they wouldn't, because they said it would probably kill her. So it was like, to me, it was like a big insult to an injury. And towards the end, although I'd do anything to bring her back right now, anything at all, anything. I couldn't look at her sometimes because it broke my heart to see her trying to play, trying to run with this stupid shoulder. And I just cut me up. I never could get around it, never could get around it until the end. When it did, it was never their fault. Never did anything wrong. Never did anything wrong. Cancer, look, we're all 1 in 2 is going to get cancer. That's half of us. Christ, if I can drink this all day long, every fucking day, fucking take me, bring her back. So she had cancer. So why give her that fucking shoulder as well? Why do that? My best friend went through that. Never complained. She lay on her side, on the shoulder, with her legs. Her legs couldn't hit the floor. Her own inbuilt air cushion. A big pillow for her. On the Christmas Eve, when I was out with her, silly Santa hat on, vest and a kilt. It's Christmas Eve, yeah. A comrade-in-arms. We're at the war monument, her favourite spec. Irish girl, dog walker. We know, just don't know her name. I said, take pictures of us. And she took, you know, people do. She took about 100 pictures. Right, and like, yeah, be something there useful for you. And I looked at him right at the very time. I looked at him, and the way it was just the way that Roxy was positioned, and the hump on her shoulder looked worse than I'd ever seen it. I hadn't even noticed it being that bad that day, or even days prior. It just looked horrendous, and I went, oh, cheers for that, but I'm never going to use those. Well, I didn't say it, but I knew I'm never going to use those. And within an hour, Roxy had collapsed. The sun had gone down, and the sun did not come back till after she died. How's that for you? The world got consumed in a fog, an impenetrable fog, which stopped planes all over the UK, stopped transport. It was ominous, as my daughter said. And then, when she died, the sun broke through the clouds. There's no fucking way you can reconcile that. I've never seen anything meteorologically wise in this country like that. So it's got to be, in my head, it's got to be because of Roxy. The sun didn't want to see what was happening and drew a veil over everything. And she went in the hole up there. She travelled, she come back, she moved around. She had life in her. She had love still in her eyes. So the eyes go milky, and you know the light goes out. I've seen that happen. I've seen it in humans. I've seen it in humans. But her eyes never went. They remained gloriously full, vital, alive, warm, full of affection. That's it. She's gone now. But bring her back. You've got the power to kill her. Bring her back. I asked Roxy, I begged her. I said, come back and visit. Come back. Come back and see me again. We live in spook fucking central. There's fucking all sorts of shit rampaging from the afterlife through our house. Fucking graveyard right there. They're coming through. It's a poltergeist procession. Can she not come back? Mrs. Kilt-Man told me that for 7 weeks after you lose your dog, you will hear their sounds. I said it before, didn't I? You're going to hear their sounds. You're going to hear them around. Who writes this? Who writes this stuff? I asked Roxy to come back to see me. Come back to us. Come back to us. And I've been walking around with a lead, going all the places that we know. And I'll do it until the day I can die. And I always said beforehand, Kilt-Man will never die. Kilt-Man and Roxy will patrol the apocalypse in the Wasteland forevermore. Why do I say shit like that? It's all about come to an end. I just looked at the clock. I swore blind I'd never look at it again. Well, he's crooning. We've got all the time in the world. Folks, you've all had pets you've lost. You've all lost people, and pets are people. Now, I don't give any shit what anyone says about that. Your pets are part of your family. Sometimes they're even deeper embedded and better than the people that your family is. I can say that for an absolute genuine fact. I've respected my animals more than anybody else in my family. Then there's my family, not the one I grew up with. The dogs have always been, because it's, unconditional, absolutely devotional, fun. They love you. They won't let you go. So why should we let them go? The Rainbow Bridge. Everyone's talking about the Rainbow Bridge. Well, that shone brighter as she crossed over it. And whatever's on the other side, that's radiance. And Roxy's having fun there. I hope. I've just seen this little bugger here, the oinker. Ordinarily, wherever she was within a 3-mile radius, she heard that. She'd come hurtling towards you. Oh, it's my baby, what are you doing with that? Here's a couple of Andy Murray. Like something out of Monsters Inc., don't they? Like, is it Mike or is it the other one, Sully? No, Sully's the big blue one, isn't he? It's Mike Wachowski. You know, his plums have been severed by a rampant husky. Folks, if you've stuck with this, then I applaud you. You didn't need to. It wasn't strictly for you guys, it was for me and the family. This is for the boying. I'd love to say that things are going to get better and we're going to move on. Right now I can't see that, can't feel it. She's more than a dog. But without her, I am less than what I was. And that's something that I can't. I don't know where to go from beyond here. I don't. My confidence, my resilience, my defiance, my personality was there before Roxy, but I was younger. She reinforced all that. Now I don't know where I am. A great big limbo. These are the dog walking gloves, by the way, that's why I'm wearing them. Didn't need them. I let her off the lead. It was all part. And now I walk around. Oh no, there's Kilt-Man. Sad old cunt, you know. Yeah. But we'll end on this. This is tragic, but it's also a very hopeful song. Annie Lennox. What's happened to her these days? Incredible voice. And we played this. And the two vets were like, oh my god, we love this. This is Lord of the Rings. Love it. Her ashes are in there. Two new treats with paw prints on them given to them. Just before. Take down forward. It's stupid, isn't it? It's stupid. But people do this sort of thing, and it isn't stupid. They're little silly gestures which mean the world to you. Okay. See where it ends hopefully, doesn't it? Well, I'll just ravage my face even more with this stuff, because I'm falling apart. You can't see that, can you, at all? That's in clay, that's... You can't see it at all, can you? It's a paw print. Couldn't see that, could you? Let me have it. In ink. There's a fair and a key ring. And it does get the full combination, which has a lot. They're all colour. This crystal block from Steve 007 Smith. a long while ago. I think once he heard about the cancer that she had, he sent us that, and it's fantastic. It's there. Regrets. We didn't take it away as much as we should have done. I really wish we took it all around the country. She has been around, but could have given them more. And we didn't do as many videos. We've all got a million pictures on our phones, but not as many videos, which we could easily have done. No big pictures. We got the photos, so we can get pictures done and put them in frames. We could do that, which I can't believe we never did. Well folks, if you've lasted, this is for Roxy, purely for Roxy. The best thing, the best person I ever knew in my life. There won't be anyone better than her. There won't be. It's as simple as that. I love her, I miss her, and I want her back. And I hate how this shit happens. He says, clicking the tracks over. All your pets, all your loved ones, you love them, keep them close, you love them. You let them know you love them. You've got no idea when the last moment is, none whatsoever. And it could be your last moment, so you may as well let everyone around you know how much you feel about them. Cheers you all. It does say for Roxy on there. My daughter did that. For a guy that's trained, fought, witnessed horrendous things, been involved in horrendous things, done horrendous things. It means nothing to this. It doesn't. There's no way of gauging your emotions. It doesn't happen like that. Oh, well, you lost so and so. Like, well, he died in your arms, and like you could see what's happening there. Like, you got hurt. I'm like, well, yeah. Yes, there's maybe. But to lose a best friend like this. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. What else can I say? Here's to Roxy. Here's to all the dogs. And if you heard that, there was scampering of claws out there just then. I know she's not there. Did you hear that? I'm alone now. All alone. Sad old fool. We'll play it like this. Sad old fool. Family's comments have been amazing, heartrending, powerful, and true. Hungry and tired. Gotta interfere, haven't I? How's that for tragic? That's a new Badalamenti. I've got to take all this down. The rosettes. All the shit that I've done. Oh, you may wonder why Highlander's there. He wants to live forever. Fucking, who cares? Who cares? All of this stuff. I should put my teeth and fling it around. I should. Oh shit, right folks, look, I've fucking done this to death. Bad choice. Roxy lives forever. This chapter ends. I don't want to read the next chapter, I'll be honest. I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be in the next chapter without it. I don't want to do that. I don't exist in that chapter without my sidekick. Without her, I don't have any existence. I don't exist without it. That's the thing, you know, you go out and like reach down, where is she? You're looking around for it. Those of you who persevered through this, well, my heart goes out to you because clearly it meant something to you as well. I will get back to doing the stuff for me, from Roxy. We're gonna see you later. In the meantime, and whenever fairy continual in-between time there is, take it easy. Keep it kilted, keep it Celtic. I'm going to see you all. There it is. Cheers, y'all.